Good morning, Kingsley Community. Pastor Colleen Wehrman here, coming to you with another daily devotion for Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, day 57 of Bob Goff's book, Live in Grace, Walk in Love. Love doesn't have a return on investment. Luke 3:11. Anyone who has two shirts should share with the one who has none, and anyone who has food should do the same. So Bob writes, I have some friends who are really successful in business. I hear them use this term, return on investment, when they talk about their work. It makes sense. What do you put in? What do you get back? Most people are hardwired to want to know their efforts will be effective. This is a business metric that can be used not only in the for-profit world, but also in the not-for-profit world. If you donate money to a cause, you want to know how the money will be used and later whether it accomplished the goal. Simple enough. If you send your kids to school, you want to know how much they learned. That's fair. If we're going to spend our time, energy, and resources on something, we want to know it's worth it and that we made a good choice. Well, that's a good way to look at a lot of things in life. I'm starting to see how we have to ditch that model when it comes to love. Love was never meant to be transactional. It doesn't give to get. It doesn't create spreadsheets to analyze how well it's working. It doesn't track how much love you put in and measure it against how much love you get back. Yet, sadly, that's what we often do. We don't want to admit it, but we're looking for the return on investment. We want to know if our expression of love worked. Keeping track of your investment is a fine way to gauge progress in the business world, I suppose, but it's a lousy way to measure a relationship because it turns people into projects. The return on investment with love is love itself. We don't have to know how our love makes a difference for it to be a good idea. We can just give it away like we won the lottery. People aren't projects, and love doesn't need to keep track of the outcomes. Think of a friendship, a relationship, or a venture you're involved in right now where you've been keeping track of how much love you put in and how much you received in response, and figure out what needs to change. What would you do differently today if you weren't concerned anymore about getting something in return? So there's lots of return on investments, and there's a lot of return on investments that should be in place, just like Bob said. Return on investment for your money that you put in your 401k. You want a good return. You want to make sure your children are learning and up to speed with everyone else when they graduate so that they're ready for whatever it is, trade school, graduation, college, whatever. But when it comes to love, how many times have we given money to a nonprofit? And yeah, we want to know that the money is going towards the cause, not to administration and things like that. Or if it is, just a minimal amount towards administration, because somebody's got to run it, right? But we also know that in relationships, we like to compete. If I show you a lot of love and you're mean back to me, well, then I didn't get my return on my investment, so I'm not going to show any more love. And we know the love chapter that I read so many times at weddings. Love is patient, love is kind. Love doesn't keep score. So when it comes to relationships, and thank God that God didn't keep score, because we would have lost that fight. God doesn't keep score of how many times we return his love. He just loves us. And so that's exactly what we're to do, is to love and to learn how to love. And as we go about doing that, not expect anything in return. And sometimes when we show love to other people, we get ugliness in return. Does that mean we don't show them love again? 9 times out of 10, we don't. But that's not what Jesus did. So don't expect a return on investment for the love that you pour out. You do it because God first loved us. And because he first loved us, he's given us a command to love others. So I hope this was helpful for you. It's kind of a dreary day today, it's supposed to rain. But I hope you have a good day. And we'll continue with Live in Grace, Walk in Love by Bob Goff for the next month, and then we'll move on to The Chosen, Book 2, because we'll start a sermon series at Kingsley Methodist Church called The Chosen, and we'll do sermons on The Chosen, Season 1. So, all right, we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.